first thing definitely want to cover is, obviously Trump dropped his meme coin a few days ago, skyrocketed, made a lot of people a lot of money, and then crashed. So this is an interesting situation, right? Where you have the president of the United States using his power and influence 2 days before he actually gets elected to affect the financial markets to come out with an unregulated security and boost it, and then quickly drops sharply afterwards. Classic rug pull type situation. So, I thought that this was interesting. It's one of these things where they said like a wallet linked to the coin sold $32 million worth of tokens minutes after the launch without ever buying any. So, okay. Here's
pre-ICO.
Here's how these things work. And this is the thing. You put out a meme coin, you have obviously a bunch of them because you are the one that actually creates it, right? And then right away it skyrockets. You sell it, and it's like almost the quickest thing. It's printing money. It's literally like it's just printing money, right? And then people buy it because they see the momentum of everything happening, and somebody gets caught holding the bag at the end. Dumbest fool theory. So what's the thoughts on the Trump meme coin?
Positives and negatives.
Yeah, the positives for him is he's going to find a loophole. So I had a lot of people actually when we were at the event Friday was like, well, is this illegal? And I'm like, technically, yes. That's why we always say trading has considerable risk. Please consult your advisors. For those who made money, now I know a few people who made some money from it, and people are like, well, should I invest into it or should I not? And my thing is, if you're going to invest in a speculative investment, if you're not getting in early, this is for IPOs, ICOs. If you're not getting in below 20, you usually are too late. By the time it was like hitting social media and Twitter and Instagram, you probably got in too late. I'm seeing people who I never saw talk about investing. I'm saying the Trump coin is next, and then the sector rotation after the coin dropped, then Melania has the coin. We were talking Barron coin may be the coin to get.
Right by the end of this episode, right?
For sure. So you have to be careful. Now, if you're African American or if you're Democrat, some of you are asking, is it right for me to invest in this coin? If you get it at the right price and you exit quickly, that's up to you. But at what point do you stand on morals over money? Especially if you've been watching the show. Great run up. I know the percentages are amazing, but we've given you plenty of opportunities to make a lot of money with a lot of other investments. I would just say be careful. I see it going back down to $11. So if you want to wait and be patient, you can pick a lot up at 11, but I wouldn't be buying in the 40s or 30s for sure.
Yeah. Congrats to anyone who made money, first and foremost.
For sure.
A couple of things from both sides of it. Number one, it does put a stamp on the space, right? For sure, right? We saw after the coin got released, I think it ran up to a $30 billion valuation in 24 hours, which is absolutely insane. Inversely, we saw Bitcoin go up to 109, right? Like it now, the president of the United States has a coin. So the space is solidified. The regulation part is very interesting. And this is what happens when you can control things, right? Like if I want to make sure that this is something that is going to be legal, I'll create a czar for cryptocurrency.
And put him in my cabinet. Yes.
Put him in my cabinet, the cabinet that didn't exist before. And we will write legislation so that going forward, it will be.
Yeah.
That's the danger of it, right? You're talking about a coin that had no ICO, initial coin offering. I haven't even seen a white paper. So when we're talking about, like, these things don't exist, right? So,
well, he said it's a meme coin. He didn't try to say it was a.
I know I'm talking about because most people that are going to invest in it have no idea of cryptocurrency and no idea of Bitcoin specifically, but they have even less an idea of what a meme coin is. So they're just uneducatedly just investing, right? Those are the things that we're looking for if we're going to invest in it. I know we say stay in the top 2.
Yeah.
When we see money, it felt like this was the lottery in a sense. It was like, all right, we're going to put our dollar in, and hopefully if it makes something, it does. If we lose money, our job has always been like, hey, let's educate them first, and let's look at long-term investing. If you make money, great. If you traded on it, great. Is it something that I'm looking to invest to? Probably not, right, for those cases. But positive, negative. Can you make it? Yeah, you can. And I guess the Melania and the junior coin will be next. It's so speculative that it becomes almost dangerous, right? Because by the time we figure out, the guy who put in $1 million and made 90, who is he?
And you got to liquidate because you're gonna have liquidity issues trying to get all that money out.
Right. As soon as we try to sell it, it's going to be like, well, how do we get it out? But again, 2 days later, it's on Coinbase. 2 days later, it's on Robinhood. So you got major platforms that are making it available because they saw the volatility spike and people are trying to figure out where to go. When it initially came out, you couldn't go there. So they're looking at it from a standpoint of, we got to get some money off of this too.
And you also contributed to the campaign, so you didn't get your head cut off. Smart investment. Kudos to Brian Armstrong. Fight. Listen, I know I gave him a lot of ish the last 2 or 3 years, but he's found a way to fight back and stay alive. As an entrepreneur, you have to come in that. I saw Kraken sponsored the inauguration. It was Crypto Ball that Snoop and Ross was at. Top Wednesday about it. Shout out to Uncle Snoop. I got some texts. It was like, forgot we knew some people who was in that camp. But my thing is that anytime you get into something speculative, you have to, most important lesson, know when you're going to exit. Please know when you're going to exit. Stay in 12 hours maximum. Get out, get your coins. But if everyone's like, yo, it dipped. Now's the time to buy the dip. Buy the dip is not a strategy. You need a mathematical calculation for when to buy. So,
well, the thing about this is that it's okay. So this is the reality of the situation. Donald Trump is a businessman who values money probably more than anything else, right? And people around him value money. His sons, cabinet members, different things of that nature. They see an opportunity to make money in a very short period of time by putting out a meme coin and then pulling the rug. That, for all intents and purposes,
allegedly.
That for all
allegedly.
That for all intents and purposes is illegal. It's no different from what Hatua did, right? Like, we can't dress this up to make it seem like it's something
chick,
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
This we can't make this seem anything different than what it is. It's an effort to get uneducated investors to play off of momentum, to buy into something with the intention to sell. If you create something a day ago, put it on the market, dump it as soon as it goes on the market, that's different from bringing a company public, and that's completely different. This goes back to why all the venture capital funds started to invest in all of these blockchain companies, because they saw a pathway with ICOs to skip through regulation, to skip through actually creating a real company and raising money and doing all of that, when you can literally just come up with a name and an idea. If you have somebody that's pushing it that has a following, you can dump it upon the public. The only people that's really going to win big is the people that's on the inside circle that actually know about this. So it's like we tell our friends, we tell our close friends, like, yo, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get the shares. And then even if you buy into it, I mean, by the time you can actually buy and sell it, it's too late.
Yep.
So the only people that really win are the people that's on the inside of the situation. That, for all intents and purposes, is illegal.
Yes, and just to reiterate that, we've seen that happen. You said with Hawk too, but this is the same thing that happened with Floyd. We saw that happen with Kim Kardashian.
And they got in trouble for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is no different. But this speaks to the times that we're in, and it speaks to what's going to be the norm over the next 4 years. So it is what it is, but we can't act like it's something that it's not.
No, it definitely, what you just explained is exactly what it is. The only question is, when you're the person that is in charge of the rules, and you're picking the SEC chair, and you're czar of quote unquote cryptocurrency, now makes policy that maybe it's not illegal, and you're found nothing is guilty there, then what?
Nothing's gonna stick.
More meme coins to come. Yeah, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
And we were talking about it before we started, but I wouldn't be surprised if he looks at the landscape of the big Mag 7 and makes his own to ETF in a year and a half. Because you already know the power players who are donated, and you know what inducements they have, and we need these companies to do well. I think this meme coin also speaks to the fragility of the economy, that people know that the investment is no good, but they're putting, like Ish called me, one of his friends put his last $23,000 into it. He made
Into what?
300
Meme coin?
grand.
Which one?
Yeah,
Oh,
congrats.
oh, oh.
But
he
what
made
if
money.
it went negative
Yeah.
and now you lost everything? But people are feeling like, well, where else can I go? And we missed the Tesla trade. We missed the NVIDIA trade. We missed the MicroStrategy trade. And I'm sure Trump saw the hawk to a girl get that BS off and be like, if I got David Sachs over here and Gensler out of here, oh, to the moon.
Yeah.
To
We
the
saw,
moon.
I mean, last year we saw it when True Social went public.
Yeah.
Same situation. Literally same exact situation. It was a belief of followers saying, like, we want to invest in you. Who cares what the actual product is? We just want to invest in you. And True Social, we saw it ran up. It had a crazy fall, but it stayed above a price average, which guaranteed he was locked in at a certain amount. He made over $7 billion from it. We'll see if this even gets recorded of how much he made.
We know this thing is gonna fall apart. It just depends on how fast.